Precious stones have fascinated people from the beginning of time and been used for wedding ceremonies, decoration, investments, coronations, and rings of office, among other purposes. Every culture from nation to nation and across the centuries has established their own uses for rare stones. Customs from Elizabethan England that seem strange to modern readers, such as swallowing a pearl, are woven into the fabric of Shakespeare's plays, and both Falstaff and Puck allude to the practice of carving human figurines into agates. Of course, some Elizabethans believed that jewels possessed supernatural qualities and wore them as talismans to fend off evil. Astrologists associated the color of stones with the color of various planets, thus assigning a role in the cosmos to these stones and linking them to seasonal changes. In all these ways, gems tell us a great deal about Elizabethan culture, which in turn permits a reader to understand the plays better. Many of Shakespeare's uses of precious stones offer an entrance into an important theme in a play, and the stone often underscores that theme. One example of this is found in Act 2 of Macbeth, when King Duncan sends Banquo to deliver a diamond to Lady Macbeth as a gift. Since diamonds are the king of gems, it is fitting that the monarch presents such a kingly gift to his hostess, and Shakespeare uses this diamond to make a point. Duncan has a kingly nature and deserves to be on the throne. Macbeth does not. The brief scene with the diamond underscores the play's themes of kingly nature, ingratitude, and irony. For a deeper understanding of gem lore and Macbeth, you should see Shakespeare's Gemstones by David Barry, available in paperback or digital form at Amazon.com. The chapters on the major plays offer critical insights that help the reader to better appreciate the plays by focusing on the poet's use of gem customs. Each individual stone that Shakespeare names is listed along with the line from the play in an index at the back of the book. Precious stones conveyed a deep significance in Shakespeare's time, as they do today, because of the virtue associated with the stones. The diamond, for instance, is traditionally given to a woman when she becomes engaged, not only because of the stone's beauty and worth, but because it symbolizes purity and durability. Some of the symbolic meaning attached to different gems was derived from lapidaries of medieval and classical times. The influence of Pliny's natural history is witnessed in Shakespeare's A Lover's Complaint, when Shakespeare writes that emeralds heal tired eyes, lines 213 and 14. Here, the bard is contented simply to repeat the concept that Pliny records. In his complex use of the diamond ring and cymbeline, however, the playwright selects certain meanings from the traditional lore, combines them in a way that fits the artistic needs of this particular play, and adds his own stress. The comical twist that Shakespeare gives to the use of identifying tokens at the end of The Merchant of Venice is more original. The rings serve as both a pledge of love and as identifying tokens. After Portia and Nerissa, wearing disguises, trick their husbands into giving up the rings, the women return home and display the rings to their astonished husbands to identify themselves as the lawyer and the clerk. Thus, the rings operate on several different levels of the play and connect several themes. Two specific gemstones, the turquoise and the diamond, play a part in driving a wedge between Shylock and his daughter Jessica in The Merchant of Venice. Shylock loves both his daughter and his material possessions at the beginning of the play. But when the daughter takes away his material possessions and shows a complete lack of respect for gems that Shylock especially cherishes, he rails bitterly against her. Shylock's specific comments about the price of the prized diamond and the value of his turquoise make the pain of his loss quite clear, and in turn help to explain his gradual alienation from Jessica, which started with her elopement and continues to worsen with each bit of bad news that Shylock hears. Pliny tells a story of Cleopatra dissolving a large pearl in vinegar and then swallowing it to win a bet with Mark Antony. Also, Thomas Gresham was renowned for swallowing a pearl in his wine when toasting Queen Elizabeth. In Shakespeare's most famous play, Hamlet, the usurping uncle swallows a union. A union is a large, uniquely shaped pearl. Claudius boasts that he will drink the gem, which is worth more than any worn by 4 previous kings. The boast needles Hamlet since it means that the union is richer than any that Hamlet's father owned. Hamlet puns on the word union as he forces Claudius to drink the rest of the poison wine. Is thy union here? Claudius's union had been with Hamlet's mother, but now it will be with death. The pun underscores the theme of marital union, which is developed throughout the play. The plays that the bard wrote late in his career draw from the tradition of the romance genre, found in medieval tales of chivalry and the romance epics of Italy and Greece. Yet the influence of the romance genre is evident even earlier in Shakespeare's career. The two rings in All's Well That Ends Well perform several functions of romance tokens. Bertram's ring becomes a test for Helena because she must get possession of it in order to fulfill the seemingly impossible task set for her. The ring that the king gives to Helena has a protective function, since it represents the pledge of royal assistance. The exchange of rings in the dark is proof that the two characters have consummated their love. When the king recognizes the ring on Bertram's finger at the end of the play, it helps to clear up all the confusion. Thus, the ring also works as a plot device. This use of jewels follows the pattern common in the Romance tradition. If you wish to discover more details on customs and curious events from Elizabeth's England, you should see Shakespeare's Gemstones by David Barry, available in paperback or digital form at Amazon.com. No other book-length work examines the gem lore and customs of Tudor England, offers luminous photos of crown jewels and royal portraits, and explores the roles that specific gems perform in various plays. Short sections in this book tell of Queen Elizabeth's obsession with pearls, the need for precious jewels in arranging royal marriages, the beliefs behind using stones as talismans, and the history of the crown jewels.